Hey, welcome back to day number 5 of the 7-day ZV-1 challenge. Today I thought, while I was going over the results of the ZV-1 versus GoPro Hero 10, that I would shoot this in a more of a studio setting so you can kind of get a look at what a studio setting would look like on the ZV-1. Take some notes, put them on here of the comparison between the ZV-1, which is filming, and the GoPro Hero 10 with the media mod on there. So we'll discuss that today. Again, if you haven't seen that video, as the last video that I put out, it would be day 4 of the 7-day ZV-1 challenge. And if you haven't checked that video out, go and check it out before you watch this one. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is image quality between the ZV-1 and the GoPro Hero 10. You know, I was really surprised that for the most part, I like the image quality of the GoPro Hero 10 better. It just seemed, maybe I'm just a more fan of the sharper, more digital image. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I think that the GoPro Hero 10 has an excellent video quality. Now again, I was shooting in 5.3K, only shooting in 4K in the ZV-1. But for the most part, I like the image quality of the GoPro Hero 10 better, until we get to low light, which I'll come to in just a minute. If you run into any kind of low light situations, the GoPro Hero 10 image quality and stabilization seems to fall apart, while the ZV-1 has a decent image quality in low light, and the stabilization stays the same. So if you ever run into any kind of a low light situation, I'd take the ZV-1 over the GoPro Hero 10 any day. When people are vlogging, they seem to really like a wide field of view. And with the GoPro Hero 10, you can accomplish that. You can go ultra wide, wide, narrow. I seem to keep it on narrow, and it seems to be plenty wide for me. But if you want a more wide look, you can definitely achieve that with the GoPro Hero 10, all while maintaining a really steady shot. The ZV-1, on the other hand, it's at 24 millimeters, and you can't get any wider than that, which is already pretty narrow to vlog with. And then once you put the active stabilization on there, it narrows in a little bit more to around 30 millimeters. The only way you can get wider than that is to, again, add the wide angle lens adapter, which I'm not a big fan of, or you can get a longer, selfie stick. But I really like just holding the camera with one hand and walking around. I really don't like having to use a selfie stick to vlog with. So as far as field of view goes, it's easily the GoPro Hero 10 wins in that category for sure. Now let's talk about autofocus a little bit. Obviously the GoPro Hero 10 wins in that category as well, and here's why. Because the GoPro, everything's in focus. You never have to worry about what's in focus and what is not in focus, because everything's in focus. So autofocus is not a concern at all when you're using the GoPro. The ZV-1 has some of the best autofocus of any camera available today, and definitely the best autofocus on any point and shoot camera out there on the market. So if autofocus is your main concern, you can go with the GoPro Hero 10, but the ZV-1 is no slouch in the autofocus department either. It's great. Now we can talk about the microphones on each of the two devices. I thought while the cameras are pointing towards me, the mics sounded about the same. Although with the GoPro, you can hear a lot more of the surrounding noises. Specifically, you could really hear the crunch of the leaves beneath my feet. And the ZV-1's microphone kind of cut some of that unwanted noise out of the video. The big difference is when you turn the camera facing away from you, even though the GoPro Media Mod has a microphone on the back, the ZV-1 was just way better sounding when you turn the camera away from you. And that's something when I vlog, I do that a lot, because I'll be filming along and then I want to show something, turn the camera away, and then all of a sudden your audio goes to junk. So if you like doing that kind of video and audio, it should be a main concern of yours. The ZV-1's onboard microphone seems to be just a tad bit better than the media mod. One of the biggest complaints of the ZV-1, if you were just using it as is and put a tripod on the bottom of it, in order to change the battery, you have to take the tripod off in order to change the battery, and that is kind of a pain. But I use a UU rig bottom plate, so I can move the tripod mount over just a little bit, so I never run into that. But it can be a problem if you're not using the plate on the bottom of the camera. But if you take the media mod, looking like this, in order to change this battery, it's a lot longer process, because let's just say you have it on a tripod like this. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to loosen. You're going to take it off the GoPro mount, loosen it from the GoPro mount. You're going to have to flip these bottom feet down. Then you're going to have to open up the cage. Let's see here. Yeah. Then you're going to have to open up the cage. Take the camera out of the media mod. Change your battery. Put it back in the media mod. And then to get these little feet out of the bottom, I mean, you have to have like the perfect fingernail length to dig those back out. And then you have to put it all back on your tripod. To get it all back together. So even if you're not using a plate on the bottom of your ZV-1, it's going to be easier just to take a tripod off of it and replace the battery than it is the media mod. I don't know how they can make this any easier, but it's a pain. And the batteries, again, they last about the same. One of the quirks that I've kind of found out about the media mod is, let's just say you're using an external microphone on it like this. Now, of course, I wouldn't use such a big microphone on, the GoPro. This is ridiculous. But let's just say you're using it like this and recording stuff with an external microphone, have it plugged in, and say, hey, I want to take that off. So I take that off, unplug it, and then you would think that the media mod microphone would just take over, but it doesn't. So if you are using an external microphone, take it off. You're going to turn the whole camera off and then back on, or it just stops recording sound. Yeah, the onboard microphone won't just automatically take over. So what's my overall recommendations between the ZV-1 and the GoPro Hero 10? Well, here's what I recommend. If you're going to be shooting outside all day in the sun, wanting to do nothing but record video, then I would definitely suggest the GoPro Hero 10 and the media mod if you're wanting to record sound. If you're more in a run and gun situation, like you might go inside, you might go outside, you might want to take pictures, just a variety of different situations, I would definitely suggest the ZV-1 over the GoPro Hero 10. That's just the way I look at it. Your thoughts may be different, but that's what I suggest. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video and a look at the ZV-1 in a more of a studio environment. And we'll see you on part 6 of the ZV-1 7-day challenge. Thanks for watching.